I finished the section on mainland Canada by riding the Sea to Sky Trail past Whistler and Squamish into Vancouver. On my way into the city, I met Dean, a cyclist from England who was living in Vancouver. Dean was preparing to do an organised bike ride to Whistler and back, which is a lot of elevation that I had the joy of descending down over the last couple of days. After Dean had shown me the best route to cycle into the city, we said our farewells. Vancouver was a city I had wanted to see for a while, and it was nice to spend a couple of rest days there exploring the different areas. My journey had to continue though, so after my brief stop in Vancouver, I took the ferry across to Vancouver Island to explore the rugged nature that it has to offer. So I spent a few days in Vancouver and had a couple of rest days and explored the city a bit. And now I've come over to Vancouver Island and found this camp spot next to this disused railway. And just packing up. It's quite rainy this morning. It's not too heavy though, so it's not too bad. But I got my first puncture this morning on my front tyre. I think I must have rolled over something on the tracks as I was coming across. But yeah, my first puncture of the trip. It's exciting. So strangely, it wasn't a puncture in the end. It was just the valve core was leaking a bit, so I just had to adjust it slightly and it's back to normal. So there she is. Lasted 5,000 kilometers so far. So yeah, I guess just keep going. Now I just got to pack up and get going. Okay, so I camped here. I scoped this out on iOverlander, and on the map this is basically the end of a road where there used to be a bridge crossing a stream, and the bridge is no more, so it's just a dead end. So I didn't stock up on my water because I thought I'll be right next to a stream, so I can use that as a water source. But when I got here, this is what I found. It's just a dry creek, so I need water. So I'm gonna walk down the creek bed for a bit and see if I can find some water, because there is another creek that joins onto it. So I've got myself an apple for the walk, my bear spray, some containers, and in that pocket I've got my light, so should be everything I need. So this is getting a bit of a obstacle to pass. I can't hear any water in the distance, so I might just give up and just conserve whatever water I have. Yeah, this is too dangerous, I think, to clamber over because there's so much going on here. Some interesting mushrooms nonetheless. But yeah, I think it'll be foolish of me to carry on down there. So I thought I'd show you guys my camp spot for tonight. So there's this little lay-by here, just off the road, and then just around this little path I've hidden my tent, and there's also this little creek here which I am definitely gonna have a bit of a swim in, because let's be honest, I could do with a bit of a wash. But yeah, sun's just going behind the mountain now, so it's going to start to get a bit cold, so I better get in. Yeah, right by the road, but it's just quite a quiet road. So I'm pretty close to the southern coast of Victoria Island, so I'll have finished the part where I'm travelling through the interior. And yeah, this forest has just been magnificent. The smells that I'm smelling are just so lush, you know. It's just the sort of pine, fresh pine smells. And once I hit the coast, I expect to not really get much of this, so I'm going to miss it, but I think I'm going to probably smell similar stuff in Washington, so it's not something I'm going to have to miss for long. But yeah, it's just such a lush forest. It reminds me of kind of foliage in the UK, but this is dialed up to 11, you know, because the UK's largely been deforested, whereas this just goes on and on, it's so dense. Anyway, I'm gonna crack onto the coast. After all, I am a coastal boy, so I'm looking forward to riding along the seaside. So I'm here at Sandra and Jean's warm showers in Victoria, and I've been here a couple of days before I head to the United States, and I've had a chance to wash my bike for the first time since Whitehorse, and in doing so I discovered this. So on my rear wheel there's cracks on it. All of the cracks are located on the nipples for the drive side spokes, and I don't know, means I'm going to need to replace the rim at some point. I'm hoping to make it to San Francisco before I'm hoping to change it in San Francisco, so that means I've got a few weeks of riding ahead of me on this dodgy rim. I'm pretty sure I know what the cause of it is. I think it was that day where I was trying to get as far as I could from Williams Lake to Clinton, and it was very rough roads, and I don't know, I just had a time schedule to keep to get out of the wildfires. So I'm hoping that if it is indeed that caused it, that means I've been riding on it on smooth roads since then, which has probably been about a week and a half's worth of riding or something like that. So hopefully I can make it to San Francisco in time. Although this is a risk, and I could regret not addressing this issue right now. But I think it's my own fault for rushing. I should have given myself a different time scale and been a bit more realistic. But I guess we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so this is the end of the Canada section of my trip, and tomorrow I'm getting the ferry over to Port Angeles in Washington, and I'll be beginning my USA section, well, the lower 48 section anyway.